are back. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with the always lovely and talented Andrea Kay, the always incredible Urban Miaris. And we have our first guest of the day. We have Mr. Sean Sheppard from Embrace. Welcome, Sean.
Thanks for having me, Barry.
Great. So tell us a little bit about Embrace. What is it that you do? And give us some input.
Well, we are a 12-year-old nonprofit that mobilizes college students to serve the community through two different programs. One is called Embrace the Streets, which is a homeless outreach program that serves homeless veterans and homeless civilians. And our other program is called Healing Our Heroes' Homes, where we utilize volunteer contractors and volunteer college students to remodel the homes of disabled veteran homeowners.
Interesting. And your background, tell us a little bit about your background, because that's how you really got started in this.
Yes, I'm a former strength and conditioning coach. I'm an Aztec. That's where my career began.
Oh, yay.
Yes.
Go Aztecs.
Yeah, Aztec for life. And through my travels of coaching in the Midwest and back on the East Coast, I recognize that sports brings people together from all different walks of life in much the same way that music does. And through trial and error, we discovered that serving the community creates that same phenomenon where you're bringing people from all walks of life together to serve people in need who also happen to be from all walks of life. So the word embrace has a significance along those lines because we are embracing each other as we embrace people in need.
So what was the impetus for you to go from working in strength conditioning, sports, music, all that, into giving back to the community in a nonprofit?
Well, honestly, I wasn't happy. I was actually quite miserable. And I remember one day I got down on my hands and knees and I asked the Lord to either change my life or take my life.
Wow.
It had reached that point. And obviously, He decided to change my life, and I'm very grateful for that.
So you've been giving back, and this has been going on for 12 years, correct?
Yes, better part of 12 years.
Okay.
So you prayed, and the Lord healed you, but still, what led you to this particular type of work? Because a lot of people say that prayer, and they ask to be healed and to get on a better path, but they still don't translate that into having a heart for real service and really dedicating their life professionally to that. So how did you get involved in nonprofits?
Well, actually, coaching is teaching, and if you're teaching people, you are helping to improve their lives in some way, shape, or form. So what we're doing now as an organization is just a different form of coaching, if you will. We're leading a lot of young people out to become better people and to give of themselves at a young age, which is something that I wasn't doing. So
Wow.
There's a lot of different layers to our organization and the work that we do, but one of them is really creating another generation of philanthropists.
Wow.
In reaching out to young people who are pursuing their degrees in higher education and getting them off campus and taking a small break from partying, a very small break, to come out and give of themselves and on their own time to complete strangers is something that I wasn't doing in college, and I admire them for doing it.
That's amazing. So do you go to fraternities? How do you go about doing that?
Well, now we're kind of on cruise control due to social media. At the very beginning, I spent a lot of time going on campuses and reaching out and letting student leaders know what we do. And, for the most part, we do have a lot of Greeks coming out, sororities and fraternities, but also ethnic organizations, social organizations on campus. They come out as well. I think it was last year for the first time we attracted the first ever Muslim fraternity in the country that exists here in San Diego. And that's
really?
Yes, it's beautiful to me to see people, like I said, from different walks of life standing side by side to help homeless veterans. You're not going to go to a bowling alley and see people dressed in traditional Muslim attire bowling with someone from Pi Phi fraternity sorority.
Wow.
But
what kind of services do you do exactly? Is it individual or group services?
We ask the college students to bring, to clean out their closets whenever they can. So we're providing food, blankets, clothing, and we are introducing social services and public health services. I think everyone here is familiar with Stand Down. That takes place once a year for homeless veterans. It takes place at San Diego High School, where the entire community converges on San Diego High School to provide services that cover the spectrum for homeless veterans. We want to take that model and scale it down significantly and deliver that to the homeless community. That includes homeless civilians every week, not just once a year for 3 days. We can do that on a smaller scale. We'll be able to help a lot of people who want to get off the street and improve the lives of people while they're on the street.
You hear in the news all the time that a city will declare that they've solved or eliminated homelessness. I don't see how that's possible.
No.
It's not. And not to get too scriptural, the Bible says that the poor will always be among you. Always means always. So it gives us an opportunity to step outside ourselves in perpetuity to help people.
You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KCBQ, streaming live at AM1170theanswer.com. Give us a tweet at CloseUpSD. Email me at barry@closeupsandiego.com and find our page on Facebook. We want to hear from you. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-host, Andrea Kay, Urban Miaris, and our guest is Mr. Sean Sheppard from Embrace. So 12 years homeless. You know what I caught out of that conversation was coaching. You're coaching a lot of college students to help with the homeless community, correct?
Yes, and the disabled veteran community.
And the disabled veteran community, okay? That's got to be a tough challenge to try to, when you have homeless vets or homeless people in general, there are reasons that they're homeless that are very hard to overcome.
Yes.
Okay? So tell us a little bit more about how you actually can, I think, about coaching, your coaching skills, your coaching abilities with the homeless, and how do you coach somebody that doesn't necessarily want to be coached?
Well, to be quite honest with you, the coaching is with the young people that
Right.
are coming to serve the homeless.
To help them, yeah.
Yes, they're developing leadership skills. They're overcoming some fears. I'm from New York, and I grew up looking at a homeless person and avoiding that person.
Absolutely.
Walking on the other side of the street. And now you're face to face with people who you traditionally have tried to avoid. And that's a moment of growth. Mm-hmm. And
have you ever taken this back to the high schools?
We have high school students come out, but transportation can be an issue with
Sure.
them.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we've targeted college students to come out and serve the community, because they're a little bit more self-sufficient as it relates to transportation.
So what are some of the ways that you serve? You're delivering blankets, food. Give us some more details about some of the specifics of the service.
So it's that, and as I mentioned, we are introducing public health services and social services to help folks that want to get off the street. But basically what we're doing is trying to help those people get to the next day. You can't get to that goal that may be a year or two away unless you conquer today first.
Okay.
And as it relates to our disabled veteran program, where we remodel homes, a veteran can purchase a home before he or she goes out and serves this country on deployment and come back a very different person, and that home is no longer user-friendly to them.
Right.
So we will remodel a kitchen entirely so that the cabinets are lower for someone who's a wheelchair user. Do extensive landscaping on the outside, widen driveways, build wheelchair ramps. We have gutted homes completely and built them back up so that those people that have served our country so bravely and admirably can live in their homes that are tailor-made for them and their new challenges that they face after serving.
Yeah, this is amazing. So here's the important question I have for you, okay? How are you funded?
By hook or by crook. Corporate sponsorships, donations, fundraising events like we have coming up this Saturday.
Okay.
It's kind of like having a portfolio. You have to have multiple streams of revenue and diversify your revenue streams.
Well, you better tell us about the event you have coming up Saturday.
Well, thank you. It's called X for Vets. It's our 5th annual, and it works a little bit like a cancer walk where people get pledge money for their hour-long workout that is being done for the 5th year in a row by fitness guru Cindy Whitmarsh. But instead,
love her.
We all love her. She's
amazing.
So fantastic.
Yeah.
And instead of us keeping all the money that young people and lay people and military people raise, if you are a team member of a student organization, a military group, or a religious organization, we allow you to keep half the pledge money that you raise. And so over the last 3 years, we've been able to give back over $33,000 to the community instead of keeping all that money for ourselves, because we believe in helping everyone who's involved with assisting our organization as we assist other people.
Well, I think I just read another little piece in the middle of what you just said, in that we ought to start working on some personal training for to have the fees come in from personal training to put back into your program.
I have no problem with that. But you did ask how we do get our funding, and if you don't mind, I'd like to share some of the people that are making this event possible. We have the American Council on Exercise, better known as ACE, Walmart, Pete No San Diego Realty, SDG&E, the Used Credit Foundation, Jack in the Box Foundation, which a lot of people don't even know there is a Jack in the Box Foundation, the Omni Hotel, and Matwani LASIK Institute. We couldn't be doing this event without them, without San Diego State hosting us for free, the Associated Student Government. Those are all the entities that are making this event possible, as well as Cindy Whitmarsh and her fitness team.
Is it too late for somebody to get involved? If it's not, where can they go to?
No, not at all. Not at all. You can always visit our main website at embrace1.org. That's embrace the number 1.org. And then this event is x4vets.org. That's EX the number 4 VETS.org. You can make a donation, or you can register and come out and work out with us on Saturday. It starts at 11 a.m. So if there are any young people watching, you could stay up late and study on Friday night. And still be able to sleep in and come and work out for a good cause.
Okay, and where's the event going to be this Saturday?
At San Diego State, at the Student Union Building. And I want to mention, we are always looking for contractors. If there are any contractors listening, we have a backlog of disabled veterans in need, and we are always looking for contractors that are looking to get into the community and do some philanthropy and help disabled veterans.
Okay.
Awesome.
So we're running out of time. So you've got embrace1.org is your website.
Yes.
And I'm going to offer this up to you that I will follow up with you next week. And we have an awful lot of things we can do together. I love to give back to the community, and what you're doing is fabulous.
Thank you.
I want to thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me, Barry.
Great.